Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining today. I'm going to be making gluten-free muffins. This is going to be an apple, carrot, pecan mixture. This is going to be really good for breakfast. So my name is Deborah Owen. I am a certified health coach, and so I kind of created this little bits and pieces of kind of things that I like to add into muffins. So you know, you could always tweak it as you go, but this is going to be my version. My husband and I live in Northern California in a small town named Hopland. We have a 15-acre farm where we raise a lot of our own meat and vegetables. So in my videos, you will notice that I will bring some things from the garden into the kitchen and make some creations. So today, with the carrot, they're in season right now. So a lot of them you can find in your garden if you're growing them, or you can find them in your grocery stores, and because they're in season. So we try to cook as much in season as possible. This was a request, so I'm going to put it together here and just kind of see how it all turns out. So it's the first time I made these. Okay, so let's get to it. So in this recipe, you got 2 eggs, and these are pastured eggs from a local farm, actually a farmer, but a neighbor of ours as well. So I got 2 eggs in the bowl here. And I'm just going to really quickly just kind of whisk them together. And if you want to make this a vegan style, you can. There is such a thing called flaxseed eggs, or flax eggs, if you want to look that up online. I know that's like a flaxseed meal with water, but we're going to use real eggs today. So I'm giving them a good whisk. And now while you're doing this too, you want to think about preheating your oven. So I got my oven going, it's at 375. And like anything when I'm baking, I always make sure I have a drip pan down below with aluminum foil ready to go. So I've got the oven going. So when the eggs are done, so the next thing I want to make sure is I have my muffin tins ready. So I'm using a regular muffin container, but I have extra large muffin tin cups here. Another alternative that you can do is you can get a muffin tin like liner, or you could use like a muffin tin and just put like butter and grease it up. You don't have to use those little paper cups if you don't want to. So there are ways that you can do that. So now that I got this done, I'm going to add mashed banana. So the mashed banana that you want to use is only 1/4 of a cup. So I'm just going to add that into the bowl with my egg. And then I'm going to add in the maple syrup. And so what I'm doing today instead of the maple syrup is I'm going to be doing honey. Honey is really great for you because it's a antimicrobial. So if you're having gut problems, if you're having any IBS, the honey is really wonderful because it helps promote the good bacteria in your gut. It doesn't feed bad bacteria. So I'm just going to put the honey in the bowl. And I get one of these spatulas, sort of like a spatula knife in a way. It really kind of gets in there and scrapes. It's wonderful. And we use raw honey. Raw honey is really what you want when you're wanting the good antimicrobial benefits of honey. So you want to make sure that when you're at the grocery store, if you're not buying local honey, you want to make sure that you pick out the raw honey. And then right now also we're going to add olive oil, and this is going to be 1/4 of a cup. And then the honey, of course, in case I didn't mention, is 1/4 of a cup as well, but you add in your oil. It's 1/4 of a cup of olive oil. And then what I'm going to do is now I'm going to combine it. So I'm going to whisk this together. Just takes just a minute just to give it a good blend. Now if you wanted to use a beater, I don't know, it might, you know, beat it too much, so just give it a good whisk. Another good trick to do too is just make sure that your honey is at room temperature. Just makes it a lot easier to work with. We keep ours in a cabinet. Some people keep it in the refrigerator, but you know, you really don't have to. With those antimicrobial properties that really honey doesn't go bad. It's actually one of the foods in the world that doesn't really spoil. So it's wonderful. And so right now too, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my applesauce. So if you don't have applesauce, what you can do is you can grate an apple. This apple mixture here is going to be about a half a cup of applesauce, which is equivalent to 1 apple. I like to season my applesauce when I make it, so I made it this morning. It always has a little bit of allspice in here. But if you don't and you just have an apple and you want to grate it, feel fine to do so. You can, if you want, leave the apple skin on. That's completely up to you. Or you can peel it, either way. But if you do use an apple, like I said, you just want to make sure that you grate it. You're not chopping it, you're actually using a grater and grating that. So I put the apple in, and then the next thing we're going to do is brown sugar. So we're going to be using about a half a cup of brown sugar. And if you want to have less sugar in, you could use like a monk fruit. I use monk fruit also as a sweetener alternative. So there's that option if you want to have less sugar in your muffins. And so now I'm also going to add 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. Okay? So 1.5 teaspoons. Well, it kind of gets, as you notice, if you ever work with baking soda, sometimes it gets kind of lumpy. Okay, and then we're going to put some sea salt in here, and this is going to be about 1/4 of a teaspoon of sea salt. So I'm just going to eyeball it. I like to use the Himalayan pink salt. So that's totally up to you. If you don't have the pink Himalayan, you can use just sea salt as well. So, and the other thing I want to add is cinnamon. And even though I do have the allspice in the apples, it's always great just to add cinnamon. This is going to give it a great flavor. So this is going to be 1.5 teaspoon of cinnamon. And I always put a little bit more. It doesn't really have to be totally to the point. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to whisk this together. You know, my husband just really loves to have some good muffins on his way to work in the morning. They're so great. You just grab them. The other wonderful thing about this too is this is really great for freezing. So if you want to pop them in the freezer, you can. That way when you want something healthy to go on your way to work, or just to have a good muffin in the morning, it's ready to go. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some coconut milk. Now, you could use almond milk if you want to. I really like coconut milk, so I'm going to add this, and this is 1/2 cup. So I'm going to add the coconut milk in here to that. And so then I'm going to give this a good stir. I'm going to use my whisk, just stir that in. And so this is what you would call like your wet base. So usually when you're baking, you always do your wet first, and then you start adding in your dry ingredients. And when I start adding in my dry ingredients, I'm going to be using more of my spatula instead of the whisk. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add my carrot, and the carrot you can see is this beautiful orange color. I did skin the carrots first, so 1 cup of carrot is equivalent to about 3 medium-sized carrots. So I'm just going to put them in here. Now this, if you're going to be grating your carrot, just make sure that you really press down on your measuring cup, because when you're putting it in here, you want to make sure that you're getting all the goodness out of that. So I added my carrot, and now what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to stir this up, just kind of blend that in there, and then I'm going to be adding my flours. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add in my oats. I have 2/3 of a cup of oats, And usually if you're gonna get oats, you know, it's best if you can buy organic. This is just like your, you know, your instant oats. You know, if you wanted more healthier oats, you could use like a sprouted oats, or Bob's Red Mill has a wonderful oats that you could use as well. It's totally up to your preference. So I put that in there, and then now what I'm going to be doing is I'm gonna add my almond meal. The almond meal here is 1/2 cup. So I'm gonna add that into the bowl, and then I'm going to be adding my gluten-free flour blend. And most of your health food stores always have this. If you go to the baking section, they'll have just like what they call a gluten-free flour blend. And so this is what I'm gonna be putting in now. And this is 1 cup. So I'm adding that in, and just because I love fresh coconut, I buy the unsweetened, shredded, finely shredded coconut, and I'm going to put that in here as well. So I'm just gonna give this a good mix with my spatula here. And I'd love to hear from you guys too. Do you guys have a recipe that you like, or some, you know, good ingredients that you like to put in with your breakfast muffins? I really would love to hear, just to kind of see what different ideas are out there. My husband and I stayed in Tahoe about a few months ago, and the lady that hosted us at an Airbnb made these most amazing gluten-free muffins. Now this is not her recipe, but I tried to find something that kind of similar to it, and so I kind of came up with this. So I'm kind of curious to see how this is going to turn out. So it looks pretty good and stirred. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put these in the muffins, the muffin tin that I have ready. So I got my spoon here ready. You just want to make sure that you don't get any of the flour on the bottom when you start stirring it. Sometimes flour likes to stick on the bottom of the bowl. And so you just want to make sure that you have all that stirred really well. So I'm going to grab my tin here. And so these muffins, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill them all the way to the top. I'm going to maybe leave maybe a 1/2 inch, but these are going to be pretty dense. Okay, so as you can see, I have 8 really good muffins here. I'm going to stick them in the oven, but before I do that, I'm going to add my chopped pecans. Now, if you don't like pecans, you can add walnuts or whatever, you know, nut you'd prefer. Some people even like seeds or dried fruit. This is maybe about a 1/2 cup, but you know, it's really going to be up to your liking of what you would like. And I just kind of make sure that they're sprinkled evenly. I kind of press down on them just a little bit to make sure that they're in the mixture. And you don't need to season these either. You can just add them to plain the way they are. Some people like to roast them first, but since they're going in the oven, I don't think that's going to be necessary. Okay, so I got the nuts on there. I'm going to pop them in the oven, and so I'm going to be baking these things for about 30 minutes, 30 to 35 minutes. I'm going to keep my eye on them though as I'm baking them, so I'll see you when they're all done. Okay, so I just pulled the muffins out of the oven, and I'm really pleased with how they look. You can see they're kind of golden on the top. When I press down with them, you can tell they're not too spongy. A really good way to make sure that your muffins are cooked before you want to pull them out of the oven is you can use a toothpick or a knife. So it's easy just to find some moisture on your knife. It's not a problem, but if you see a lot of goop or dough, that's going to tell you that you need to cook your muffins a little bit longer. So I cooked these for about 40 minutes. I did kind of tarp over some aluminum foil on top just because I didn't want the pecans to burn. And also keep in mind I did use extra large muffin paper cups here. If you use your standard muffin cups, you're probably going to get about 12 muffins out of the recipe that I gave you. But since I used the extra large, I have 8 today. So I want to kind of cut one open. I want to show you what they look like when they're cooked all the way through. Now these are pretty hot, so keep in mind they are going to look pretty moist. The applesauce that we put in here and the banana is really going to make these to where they're not dry. So as I'm peeling the paper off, if you notice like they look like they're sticking to the paper, that's completely normal, especially since they're warm. So I'm going to add a little bit of butter. And I have my tester here, and he's going to take a bite and just kind of see. But I'll show you just kind of what it looks like too as a visual. I'm going to put a little butter on there because I think he's anxious, you guys. He wants to try this out here. All right. Okay, so what's your opinion on that? What do you think?
Delicious.
Is it good? Do you think, is it cooked all the way through? Looks like it's good. Give me a thumbs up on that. Okay, so he's got his mouth full. It looks like he's enjoying his muffin, so I think that tells you more than what words can say, you guys, that it's a winner. So like I said, this is really great for breakfast. Like I said, you could also put these in the freezer and you could warm them up in your microwave if you're in a hurry and ready to go. So what I'd like to say is just thank you for watching my video. I would love for you guys just to press like. That really helps get my videos out there. Also subscribe to my channel. I'm going to have a lot of new recipes out there, a lot of farm to table type cooking. So I'll take you into the garden with me and kind of show you some clever, easy ways that you can eat healthy. And leave a comment if you're really interested in this recipe, or if you would like a copy of it, please let me know in the comment section below and I will make sure to get that information out to you. So thank you so much, and we'll look forward to seeing you in our next videos. God bless. You goofed up. Okay, so what I would love for you guys to do is make sure down below that you click like and you subscribe to my channel. I'm going to have all kinds of great information out there for you, farm to table living and wonderful healthy recipes. So if you're into that kind of thing, please make sure that you subscribe to our channel, and also don't forget to leave a comment down below. I love to hear from you guys. I want to hear feedback. I'd love to hear if this recipe worked out for you, or if you have any other additional things that you like to put into your muffin mix. I really would love to hear from you. And if you would like my recipe, also leave that in the comment section below and I will make sure to get back to you guys.